Good morning, fourth grade. So it is Monday, March 30th, and I wanted to address a question that a couple of you had either through your parents' dojo page over the weekend or this morning after Zoom. So last week I posted a review page for you guys to do in terms of your fraction skills. And the one question that you guys had, because it's been a while, was how to write an equivalent fraction. So I'm going to do a quick lesson on that, just a review again, just a review. So your objective is students will write two equivalent fractions for any given fraction, okay? So it's really simple. I'm sure once I do this, all of you will be like, oh yeah, that's how you do it. Okay, so I'm going to start with a really simple example, example 1. And my fraction that I'm going to give you is 1/2. Okay, just 1/2. Now, when you write an equivalent fraction, you can do this one of two ways. I'm going to show you the arithmetic way first, and then I'll show you the model or picture way second. Whenever you write an equivalent fraction, you pick any number between 2 and 9. It could really be more than 9. It could be all the way up to like 10, 15, whatever number. But I always say pick a single digit number, multiply the fraction by that number. That means the top and bottom. So the numerator and the denominator. So I'm going to do 1/2 times 2. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay, so if you're on a test and you're given the fraction 1/2 and I say, give me an equivalent fraction, any number, doesn't matter. I pick 2. Remember, whatever you do to the top fraction, you got to do to the bottom fraction, or the top number of the fraction and the bottom number of the fraction. So it's just easy multiplication across. So 1 times 2, you all know is 2. 2 times 2 is, as you all know, is 4. Okay, so let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so you can see that 2/4 is an equivalent fraction to 1/2. I'm going to do it one more time. Same fraction, 1/2. Okay, I need an equivalent fraction. So I just multiply the top and bottom number of the fraction by any number. It doesn't matter. So let's do, why not? Let's do 9. Okay. Okay, so 1 times 9, as you know, is 9. 2 times 9, wait for it, 18. Okay. So, okay, again, fraction rewritten down here. I'm writing a second equivalent fraction. Again, I'm multiplying the top and bottom by the same number. Okay, and across it goes 9/18. Okay, so that's example 1. Okay, we're going to do example 2. Same process. Okay, so example 2, and I'm literally just making these fractions up off the top of my head. I'm going to do, why don't I do 3/5? Okay, 3/5. Okay, now again, when you write an equivalent fraction, all you're doing is you're multiplying the top and bottom of the fraction, numerator and denominator, by any number. Okay, any number you want. Okay, so we're going to do 3/5 times, let's do 3. Okay, and again, whatever I multiply the top by, I have to multiply the bottom by. Okay, so I'm going to show you what that looks like here. Okay, here's my example 2. Okay, 3/5. Just picked any number, it doesn't matter. Okay, 3. So you see here, 3 times 3, hopefully you all know is 9. Okay, 5 times 3, hopefully you all know is 15. Okay, so I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, really quick, and then I'll write a second equivalent fraction for 3/5. Okay. All right. Again, same fraction, 3/5 times, why don't we do 5? Okay, 5's an easy number to multiply by. Again, whatever I multiply by the top, I have to multiply by the bottom to make it equivalent, okay? Otherwise, it's not going to be the same fraction at all. Okay, so if I do the multiplication across, 3 times 5, because 3 is the numerator, times 5 is the number I'm multiplying the fraction by, is 15. Okay, 5 denominator times 5, which is, again, the number I'm multiplying the fraction by, 25. Okay, I'll show you what that looks like. Okay. 3/5 was my original fraction, times 5, just the random number I used to multiply top and bottom by, and my new fraction, I can't point that far, 15/25. Okay. So again, that's how you do it in terms of arithmetic style or just like basic calculations. Okay. I'll show you a example that I will show you in terms of models and pictures. Sorry, I got distracted. My iPad screen lit up with a notification. Okay, example 3. Okay, let's keep the example simple. We'll do, why don't we do 3/4. Okay, 3/4. Again, I'm just making these fractions up. 3/4, okay, and I want to make an equivalent fraction. So again, I'm going to show you in terms of models and pictures. I'm going to show you, okay, what this would look like in terms of a picture, okay? Okay, so here I have my fraction 3/4, and I drew it in a picture as a model fraction. So you see the rectangle is broken up into 4 parts, and 3 of those 4 parts are shaded to represent the 3/4. Now, from here, okay, if I want to write an equivalent fraction, I'm going to actually redraw this same fraction model underneath, and then I'm gonna cut it up into more parts. So I'll kind of show you what that looks like. Actually, I shouldn't say kind of, I will show you what that looks like. Okay, so this looks a little redundant, but bear with me. Okay, original fraction model, 3/4, and I redrew it down here, okay? Now what if I just draw a line that cuts through it in the center? Okay, I'm gonna try to do it like this. It's gonna be really, actually no, I'm not gonna do it like that because my arm doesn't bend like that, but let me show you. Okay, so if I draw a line through it, I'm cutting it in half. It's still the same amount, okay? And still the same parts, amounts of parts are shaded. But now, if you look at it, instead of having 4 parts total, because I cut it up differently, I now have 8 total parts. So the 8 is gonna be my denominator, my new denominator. And if you look and count how many parts are now shaded, okay, it's 6 parts shaded. Okay, so you see that 6 is the numerator because there are 6 parts shaded, and 8 is the new denominator because there are 8 parts total. Okay, so this is another way that you can write equivalent fractions, is if you just do the model method, cut in half, okay? So I'm gonna leave it there. Okay, we're coming up on just about 10 minutes, but remember, equivalent fractions, really simple. My best bet is just to do the arithmetic, pick any number, multiply the top and bottom or the numerator and denominator by that number, and you get your equivalent fraction. The model method, it's fine, but in my opinion, it takes longer. I would just do the arithmetic, but whatever method you are most comfortable with. So I hope that's helpful, and I will talk to you guys soon.